Eclipse season is back, and I am so excited for this eclipse. It's happening on September 7th. It's a total lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Pisces. And oh my gosh, if you're not already using eclipse energy to totally transform your life, perhaps this video, this conversation is going to convince you to do just that. This is a cosmic reset, the full moon in the sign of Pisces, adding this energy of the eclipse, just amplifying the opportunities to step into total acceptance for all of who you are, to step into your faith, to connect with the divine, your spiritual essence. It's going to be good. I'm super excited. So buckle up. It's like the karmic reset that you might not even realize you needed. I'm talking karmic contracts dissolved, chapters closed, and new frequencies unlocked. I'm Lindsay with Love. I'm a Western tropical zodiac astrologer, and I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet. And astrology is just one tool that I use to help people gain awareness of who they are energetically and then use their energy to actually manifest their reality. I'm so excited for this full moon if you haven't figured it out already. So as always, I've got you here, I've got my mic here, I've got my notes down here, and so I'll be doing my best to chat with you, but I'll be looking at my notes every once in a while. So what is very exciting about an eclipse in general is that it's like a full moon or a new moon, in this case a full moon, on steroids. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know. Amplified. Amplified, extra potent, extra powerful energy. Now remember, astrology and the horoscopes tell us the energetic potential that's swirling in the sky. So nothing is going to happen to you. It's an energetic potential for you to use if you choose to. Now, with this energy in Pisces, this is all about you stepping into a more faithful version of yourself. It's you connecting with the divine, the higher self that resides within you, around you, the energy that is. And this full moon is like completion. And I just feel it's like so energetically beautifully paired because you've got this essence of a full moon, which is culminations, it's endings, it's completions, it's things coming to fruition, so something new and more exciting and even bigger and more expansive can begin. And then if you think about it in the sign of Pisces, Pisces, the energy of all that is. Pisces, the final sign of the zodiac. I mean, it just feels really good. So the idea behind this full moon energy is really about allowing and surrendering to what is in some area of your life. Now, full moons and new moons work in pairs, as do eclipses, and so we're in this Piscean Virgo or Virgo-Pisces eclipse season. There's a little birdie up. Oh, sorry. This is not shiny object syndrome, but this cute little bird just landed on a twig on a branch on a tree right outside my window. It has a really pretty yellow beak. Anyway, this Virgo-Piscean energy is all about Virgo perfecting, analyzing the practicality of life, being able to serve others, against Pisces, the loftiness of life, the dreaminess of it all, the imagination, the spirituality of it. And it's this beautiful dichotomy of like being practical in a very spiritual way. And for me, I think about it as like finding true alignment within you, taking the aligned action. This is very Virgo-like energy, taking the aligned action on the to-do list, crossing it off the to-do list. But the aligned action is the spiritual guidance that is Pisces. It is the synchronicities. It is you following your heart. It is you doing something that feels good versus doing the things that you feel you have to do because you're a human spiritual being on this planet at this time. Does this make sense? Honestly, I recorded 6 of the horoscopes for TikTok. They're very fast, quick to the point. And I was speaking, I don't want to say it was hard because I don't like to think things are hard in life. It was so frequency based. It was so energetically based. It was a vibration that I was feeling, and words were not working. It was like the words were not enough to really say what I was trying to say. So anyway, really quickly again, you can think of this total lunar eclipse as an ending, a culmination, a completion. It's saying let go of something, specifically in Pisces, that is holding you back from your dream reality. Let go of the addiction, let go of the negative habit, let go of the lack of faith, the lack of trust. I was just talking to one of the members of the Cosmic Collective, and she was asking, I see my manifestation coming to life. In other words, I can see the signs and I can see the synchronicities, and I have trust and I have faith, and I know it's on its way to me. I know it's mine. So, what can I do to draw it closer faster? And I was like, well, by saying that it's not, saying that it's yours and saying that you trust it's yours, and then saying you want to draw it closer is contradictory. It is such a subtle energetic contradiction that people that are not studying this regularly would miss it, right? You would say, oh, well, but I believe it. Well, if you believe it, then why do you want to draw it closer? Because it's already yours, right? And so what I recommended to her as just a random little aside is I said, just forget about it. If you totally believe Piscean energy, if you totally believe in yourself, in your dreams, in your wishes, and you have taken the aligned action, Virgo energy, practical, analytical, perfecting, efficient, effective, productive, then that's all there is to do. You get to go have fun, go enjoy your family, go create, enjoy life. And as the synchronicities are swirling, that is God, source, universe, creator saying, hey, we're working on it. It's not complete yet because we haven't provided to you exactly what it is you've asked for. But because there are pieces swirling, it means it's on its way. And so just be patient. And by going and taking your mind off of it and having fun, that's how you build the patience. The synchronicities are the faith. The you taking your mind off of it, going and having lots of fun. Oh my gosh. I think it's a male. Oh my God, there's a male cardinal now. Oh, cardinals are such beautiful. What do they say? When a cardinal is near, loved ones appear. I have so many angels in heaven on my team, and it's so beautiful. The timing of it all is just absolutely beautiful. Okay, so once again, the synchronicities are God, source, universe, creator sending you those synchronicities, sending you those pieces of swirling manifestation to say, hey, stand in your faith. That's all they are. So you can actually cultivate your faith. And this is a little bit of an aside, but what I've realized is a lot of people struggle with faith. They don't know how to have faith. They don't know what it means to have faith. And to cultivate your faith is quite simple. When the synchronicities show up, trust, have patience, kick back, relax, surrender, tap into that spiritual essence, Piscean energy of yours, into your faith, and say, you know what? Because it's all swirling around me, because the cardinal's outside my window, because the Cosmic Collective member is seeing her synchronicities line up, that means that whatever I'm working toward right now must be on its way. It just must, right? So that's how you can cultivate faith. Faith really is an all-knowing, complete trust, zero self-doubt. And the way that you can cultivate it is by honoring your synchronicities and saying, this synchronicity was given to me so that I remain patient, so that I stand in my faith with total conviction that I will receive what it is I freaking desire. All right. Sorry, that was a little bit random. Actually, I'm not sorry. I don't know why I said sorry. It was a little bit random, but this is what you're going to get here. You are going to get spiritual lessons combined with the astrology, combined with the speaking in the 5D and the vibrations and the energetics, because that is actual life. And so you create in the 5D and you bring it down to reality, and you create and you drop. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So I think that's good for now. So this full moon in Pisces is saying, let's kick off a 6-month cycle. Now, September is starting a 6-month cycle, and with the eclipse, it's a strong cycle. We're starting on September 7th, 8th with a full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces, saying stand in your faith in some area of life. And then on around, let me look at my notes, the 21st, 22nd of September, we have a partial solar eclipse, a new moon partial solar eclipse in Virgo. And that's saying, let's kick off, let's launch something to perfect. So this full moon in Pisces is saying, let's accept a part of us fully. Let's let's just honor it and say, you know what? This is a part of me. There's no such thing as imperfections. God, source, universe, creator made me just as I'm meant to be in some area of life. And then when we get to the Virgo new moon later in the month, we're going to launch off. And it's going to be a launch around something practical, something perfecting. And oh, freaking hell yeah, I can't wait, because this is a story I really wanted to share with you, which is last eclipse cycle, or last time we had these eclipses, Virgo and Pisces in March 2025, I decided that I was going to work with the energy. I was going to be very focused on working with the energy. I was going to look at the astrology every single month. And so what I did inside of the Cosmic Collective is I said, hey, do you guys want to do like a 6-month transformation with me? Now, a 6-month transformation seems a little bit like scary for some, perhaps, but what I absolutely know, because I did it once already and I cannot wait to start again, is that most people severely overestimate what they can do in 5 years. You say, oh, in 5 years from now, I'm going to be this and this and this. And then guess what? 4.5 years later, you're like, oh shit, I better get a move on because I've only got 6 months left. What I also know is that people severely underestimate what they can get done in six months. So most people are like planning a wedding for that long, but they won't like plan to reach a goal. That's not a wedding or not a vacation, right? And so what we decided to do inside of the Cosmic Collective is write down one goal or a couple, max 2 to 3, maybe 4. Write down where you're currently at as it relates to that goal, because we have to know where we are and where we want to go. And then if there's any resistance in the body, are there mindset issues, limiting beliefs, energetics, clearings that need to be done as it relates to the path to get there, to enter that frequency of the goal achieved. We'll work on that inside. And finally, what is the system? Because if you have a goal, all you need is a system, and the system will absolutely take you to that goal. And so we went on this journey together, and oh my goodness, it's probably one of the best things I've done for myself in my life in a very long time. And that's why I'm so excited to start it again. So if you're interested in 6 months transforming with us, you can definitely click the link in the description box below and join the Cosmic Collective. We're completely kicking off inside the Manifesting Club. It's a separate space, but you can also click the link in the description box below to join that. The doors will close on the 8th because we're manifesting together September 8th, 2025 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a live on Zoom thing. You show up, we set our energy right. Oh, the group is so freaking powerful. I'm obsessed with the ladies inside. And then we, one by one, go down the list. This is what so-and-so wants. We send energy. This is what so-and-so wants. We visualize, we send energy. This is what, and it's really powerful, and it's a beautiful pairing, the Manifesting Club and the Cosmic Collective. So with my 6-month transformation, I gained 20,000 TikTok followers. 20,000. That's exciting, but I'm not in it for fame. I'm not in this business for anything other than transforming as many lives as I can in this lifetime. And that's really my goal. I feel like if I can help somebody be a better version of themselves, if I can help somebody be happier, calmer, more content, more fulfilled, like I've done what I came here to do. And the more people I can interact with and impact in that way, obviously the better I feel. But of course I feel good no matter what. But every day I'm at least helping one person, which I think is beautiful. With that increase in followers came an increase in the amount TikTok pays me. I make decent money on TikTok right now, and I would expect it to probably maybe double. I didn't completely double what my expectations were, but I would assume each month consistently it will double. I gained about 100 plus YouTube subscribers in that 6-month transformation. Now, interestingly enough, I wasn't planning on working with a coach at all. Like, my transformation had nothing to do with YouTube, but I ended up hiring a coach, and he helped me understand YouTube a little bit better. And now it's really starting to pick up, which is super exciting. So I'm very grateful for that. I trust that within the next 6 months, I'll be monetized. I wouldn't see why not. So that's exciting. And what else did I do? I paid off 2 student loans completely in full. So that was really nice. That felt good. Yeah, it just, the money was like my bank account grew, but it was not, that was just like a secondary thing. It's that my confidence grew. I feel more comfortable in front of the camera. I released resistance around my own presence, around putting YouTube videos out, TikTok videos. I just amplified my energy. I became more creative. I became less worried about other people's thoughts. I'm rather unbothered about that anyway, but there was just this energetic shift in those 6 months that helped me increase in the very tangible physical world. And so yeah, I'm very excited to kick it off again. I truly cannot wait. So once again, if you're interested, you can join the Cosmic Collective. That's really where it's taking place. I'll be coaching you through all of the astrology every single month, and then holding you accountable. We have check-ins, we have spiritual chats there, we have group energy healings every month. So that's just, the 6-month transformation is just like a little part of the collective, but we're kicking off soon, which is why I wanted to let you know today and in this video. If you see this past the 7th or the 8th, that's okay. Just jump in when you see this video. If you do want to join, there's no such thing as being late to something. You are in divine order, in divine timing. So some of the members that participated, they wrote and published books within those 6 months. Actually, by month 2, the person had written and published a book. It was like wild. There's a professor inside of that collective. She wrote manuscripts and got multiple journal acceptances. One lady decided to add distant Reiki, or actually she added Reiki to her spa service offerings. She took Reiki certification through me, and I sounds like she's starting a distant healing as well, but we haven't learned that yet. But that's my guess for her next 6 months. Just so much. One woman, like, I wrote her astrology report for her birth chart, Know Thyself birth chart report. You can get that in the description box below. She realized like that she's very psychic, like she has strong psychic and intuitive gifts, and started channeling messages and book ideas in her dreams. So there's just so much amazing things that happened. I could go on and on and on, but I think the most beautiful thing is some people focused on the tangible, others focused on the energetics. Either way, everyone won. It was just really cool to see. So let's talk, after all that, let's talk the astrology for you. I'm going to start with Pisces because it's easiest to go in that order. So Pisces, this full moon for you is, it's all about your I am presence. It is you, Pisces, totally accepting yourself. If you've been struggling with identity, with how people perceive you, with the way that your life is unfolding, perhaps it feels like you're pushing with a lot of human effort. If that's the case, Pisces, use this full moon total lunar eclipse to just accept. Like, Pisces, accept where you are in life, because the second you can accept it is the second that you can start to transform. The full moon is saying, have faith in yourself. You know, don't let other people's opinions bother you. Most people aren't paying attention to you anyway. Not the way you think maybe that they are. It's a time where you're allowed to kind of like give it to God, source, universe, creator, like really just give it and say like, look, I trust that I am who I am at this moment in time, and that's enough. And it's more than enough. It's everything. It's wholeness. It's completeness. And I trust that because I trust that, I trust that because I trust in my completeness, I believe in my completeness, I'm not full of self-doubt or worry, that my life will unfold as I desire it to. That as I send out my manifestations, and as I develop myself, and as I continue to, you know, grow spiritually and evolve in my mindset and all those things, that my independent path will actually unfold and bloom as it may. And like, isn't that what life is all about? I just listened to this beautiful Alan Watts video, and it's like, life is meant to be lived. It's so simple. Like, you're doing it just by like breathing air in and out. You're doing life. Like, that's it. And so this energy is really saying, Pisces, like, find the faith within you, this like inner faith, and connect with it. And when you do, that's when you're able to fully accept yourself. When you fully accept yourself, you're going to start to show up physically and energetically in the way that you desire others to perceive you. You're also going to show up how you desire, and if people perceive you in another way, you're unbothered by that. And all of those combinations of energies help you to step onto your independent life path and really create that dream life for yourself. So allow yourself to release any self-doubt, worry, concern for other people's judgments about you, releasing doubt around like that you're not on the right path, or that you're not further along than you should be. Like, it's like releasing the comparison game, right? Like, you are where you are, Pisces, and that's right where you're meant to be. You are in divine order, in divine timing. And so that's really what this full moon is asking you to do in Pisces, this eclipse energy in Pisces on the 7th and 8th of September. All right. That was my cuckoo clock if you heard it. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, for you, I just want to make sure that I'm going in the right house order. So let me just open my notes really quickly. Aquarius, for you, this full moon is happening in the part of the sky that involves your self-worth. Now, once again, this Piscean energy of faith, it's of faith, of acceptance. And so, Aquarius, if you're somebody who's been battling with worthiness, if you're like, I just feel like there's all these qualifiers for you to feel worthy. You're never good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not this, this is a time to say, like, we're done. I'm done feeding those negative lines of shit to myself. Like, it's not real. You are worthy. And when you step into the worthiness, once again, similar to the Piscean energy that I just talked about, it's like you step into the worthiness, and because you step into it, there's this like relief that washes over you when you realize that you're worthy because you're here on this planet at this time. There's a pressure that goes away because you don't have to do anything. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. And then what happens is you're able to tap into your natural gifts and talents, these gifts and talents that were given to you, that were created within you for you to use and to give value to the world, but not just to give value to the world, but to accept abundance, monetary abundance, material security in because of it. And so with this eclipse energy, it's saying, let go of worthiness issues that you might be struggling with. Accept your gifts. Accept, Aquarius, the weirdest parts of you. And I love that for you because Aquarius energy is a little bit quirky most of the time, from a very general perspective. It's different perspective, it's unique ideas, it's eccentric, it's individualistic, and those are your superpowers. And the more that you are that, the more that you showcase the weirdness, the quirkiness, whatever, the more that abundance just flows to you, and it flows so effortlessly and so easily. And so with this eclipse energy, it's like, permission granted, Aquarius, to just like be yourself and like accept all of you and see how that really does play out for you. Okay, next, Capricorn. We're going backwards. Capricorn, this is a really cool energy. I am like loving this Capricorn energy because it's something that I always try to teach my best, and I was just teaching it earlier in this video, which is how to teach people faith. Because if you were to lock in totally Capricorn to faith, then like there's no self-doubt, and without self-doubt, then everything that you want to manifest will come to life because you simply just assume, you're like, I decide I'm going to do it, I don't have any self-doubt, so it must be done, right? And so for you, this eclipse energy is in the part of the sky that involves your mental fortitude, your intellect, your communication style, your ability to sell, promote, write, speak, anything to do with writing, communication, verbal or written. And with it in Pisces, it's like mentally you're locked into this idea of faith, and like it finally makes sense. It's not like it's like intellectualized, but it's integrated. That's what it feels like. It's like you could integrate faith into your being, and then like literally the world is yours. Like once I realized how to integrate faith, and once again I'm always trying to teach it in different ways, but it's like once you tap into that, once you activate it within you, you're not stressed out, you're not obsessing over things, you're not looking, when is your manifestation going to come, you're not checking the numbers and the accounts and the this and that. You're just like, I did what I had to do. I have faith that God, source, universe heard me, and I have faith that it will come to me when it's meant to, in the most beautiful way, in the easiest way, whatever, right? So Capricorn, for you, it's like either you're really integrating faith with this eclipse energy, or you have the opportunity to release something from your mindset that perhaps is resisting your dreams. It's not allowing you to step into that reality you desire. So maybe it's a mindset thing, maybe it's a negative thought loop, maybe it's the way you speak about something. Even it's a chance to release low vibrational words, replace them with high vibrational words. Remembering, Capricorn, that this is a universe of energy, of frequencies. And so the more that you can, kind of play with your own frequency and see what really resonates and works for you, specifically you, because we all have different energy, the faster you'll be able to manifest. And not that it's like a faster or better type of game, simply that you just release the resistance. And I think that's the opportunity you have with this energy. All right, Sagittarius, you are up next. This full moon total lunar eclipse is happening in the part of the sky for you that involves your sense of belonging, your inner security, your ability to fully and freely accept yourself. It is the energy of being at home wherever you are, Sagittarius, and it's a very, all of the horoscopes are so they're so like vibrational versus like words this time. So it's like, how do I get it to you? It's like you deciding that you have arrived home from the perspective of your soul into your body. Like, I accept that this is the home that my soul has chosen to be in, which means, Sagittarius, that no matter where you are at home. And so I think this is like a forgiving energy for Sagittarius, especially if you're somebody who is very worldly, if you're one of those Sagittarius energies that is super expansive and traveling and bopping around, and people are like, don't you ever want to settle down? And to you, like, the sound of the word settling down is like nails on a chalkboard, and you're like, no, what? Like, sounds so boring to settle down, whatever. So I think with this full moon, you have an opportunity to like reset what it means for you. It's like, you can, Sagittarius, put some roots down. You can put roots down in this place and this place and this place. You can have a little apartment there. You can have a best friend there where you couch surf there, and then you have so and so over there. Like, you get to define that for yourself. This could also there could also be some acceptance with this energy around your family, generations, around the relationship that you have with your mother or not. There could be acceptance around the way that you were raised, and just like letting it be very objective and like, that was in the past, like, I'm moving forward and I'm really closing the chapter on like what it means to, or maybe closing the chapter on like succumbing to society's norms around I have to buy the house with the white picket fence with the 2.5 kids and the dog and the da, da, da. You're like, no, I'm good on that. It could be that you're healing family issues, traumas, uh, generational issues. You could be helping heal your mother even, or even just shifting where you currently reside. Once again, remembering though that the integration here with this Piscean energy is like full acceptance and faith and the connection to the divine. And so you're like realizing like Earth is your home, but like so is your body. It's that type of vibe. It's really cool. All right, moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, this energy is hanging out for you. In the part of the sky that's total vibrancy, total joy, complete fulfillment, zest for life. And I think it's all about releasing what's not really filling you up. But if I were to take it more energetic, more vibrational, I would say it's you realizing, Scorpio, that you are your own happiness. You create your happiness. Your happiness is an inside job type of vibes. It is connecting with the divine and channeling messages, creativity, ideas through you, and that's the way that you express. It's creative self-expression in the highest vibration with spiritual essence, woven in. It kind of feels like what I'm doing now, where I'm trying my best. It's like words are a limiting construct. You cannot say how you feel. Words sometimes don't do it justice. That's what it feels like right now. It's like you deciding to have total faith in yourself to create your best life that is fulfilling, joyful, happy, content, easy, charming, fun. It's letting the child out within you to play and realizing that life doesn't have to be more than play. It can be fun. And we come to this life and all of us are suffering. And why are we suffering? Because we're working so much. And what are we really working for? Is this an ego thing? Like, what is it? And so it's like letting the inner child out and like following the funness of it. Like, what does your heart want to do today, Scorpio? And I'm not saying release yourself from all responsibilities, because I get it. We all have responsibilities in life, but you can absolutely set yourself up in life in a way that feels mostly fun, maybe a little bit of work, maybe a little bit of responsibility, but a lot of fun. This is also the part of the sky that involves romantic pursuits, involves children, creativity, self-expression, and entrepreneurship. And so there could be endings in these areas of life. There could be new beginnings in these areas of life. So something to keep in mind there. All right, Libra, you are up next, my beautiful Libra friend. This energy is hanging out in the part of the sky for you that involves your work routines, your day-to-day life, your health as well. And so I'm thinking about this idea of like Piscean compassion. I'm thinking about this idea of giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator, having faith that all is well, connecting with the divine. And I think about maybe releasing or adjusting your day-to-day routine, giving yourself more time to connect with the divine. Perhaps you're adding in meditation where before you were rushing around or going to some HIIT class, like fast-paced workout class, HIIT class, right? Um, it's perhaps if you are somebody who's been working on healing some part of you, like really managing some health issue or concern, you have maybe an opportunity to say, you know what, I've tried everything, and maybe my human effort is just like, maybe it's time to just try that final thing, which is just to have faith that God, Source, Universe, Creator will handle it. That God, Source, Universe, Creator has seen that I've been working hard on releasing this. I've been working hard on fixing my weight. I've been working hard on being healthier, maybe mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is. And there's an opportunity with this eclipse to say, you know what, I'm going to give it to you, God, Source, Universe, Creator. I'm going to surrender, and I'm going to trust that whatever I need to experience, I'm experiencing, but I also trust that you can help me move through this in a graceful way, in a divine way, in a way that I can release whatever it is that is causing me concern. It's the part of the sky that involves your work routines. So maybe there's some endings or shifts or completions there. And we talked about your day-to-day life. It's moving through life spiritually connected. And when I think about that specifically for myself, it's moving in a flow state. And so when I started practicing this, it's been probably like a couple of years now, maybe a full year and a half or so. I really started practicing it every day when I moved where I'm living now. So maybe a year and a half. And it's wake up, say some gratitude, get my meditation on, get my steps in, my morning routine is complete. And then I basically ask my higher self, what's next? I say, what's next in the wonderful world of Lindsay? That's what I say. And my higher self will give me a response, say, go do this, go create this. And I say, okay. And I go do it. Go, take a break. Fold the laundry on your break real quick. Okay, do that. Take a break and get some steps and walk around the house. Okay, now when you come back, this is the email. And as I'm taking the steps, the email is downloading and I'm typing it out to my newsletter, right? It's that type of vibe. And you have the opportunity with this energy, this big energy in Pisces that is the spiritual connection, to do that for yourself. And when you do, the world becomes so magical. It's like, oh my gosh, everything is so easy because you don't have to make decision after decision after decision. And Libra, we all know, like, the kind of stereotype of Libra, which is like a little bit indecisive sometimes, a little bit people pleasing, but like, how about just tap into your higher self and let your higher self take the charge, right? It's really fun and it's a cool experience. Give it a try. See what happens. Okay, Virgo, you are up next. That was like such an aggressive okay. Virgo, this energy is happening in the sign of of course, in the sign of Pisces. It's happening in the part of the sky for you that involves your intimate relationships, those one-on-one close relationships. And there is, it could feel like some relationships are completing in a faded way or shifting in a faded way, in a very karmic way. There might be relationships that you felt karmically tied to, even if they're not really in your general life anymore, your physical life, say like an ex from years ago or something, and you just feel like there's that karmic kind of connection. You could release it. You could really close the chapter on it. It's a time where perhaps, Virgo, you decide to fully accept your relationships as they are. Now, of course, Virgo, if the relationships are not healthy, like, let's not accept that. Boundaries are very important. But what I'm saying is, if you're in a happy relationship, it's like you're done trying to perfect it. You're done telling your partner, criticizing or critiquing your partner. You're like, oh yeah, I remember. It's like I remember why I fell in love with you, and like I'm done like trying to change you or mold you or transform you. It's that type of vibe. Of course, with any full moon, there are shifts and completions. So if that's the case, that's the case. But there's also an opportunity, I think, to kind of like reset the stage, almost reset the energy of some relationships if you want. If some of them aren't like really vibing the way you desire, it's like this opportunity to kind of like wipe the slate clean and kind of start fresh type vibes. All right. Leo is up next. Leo, this full moon for you is hanging out in the part of the sky that involves your own personal empowerment. And I actually love this. I love this because it's a part of the sky that's like going deep within you. If you think like Pluto energy, Scorpio energy, it's this like regenerative energy. And with Pisces here, it's like a very beautiful combination of like superpower. Like this is like power, capital Power, because in this part of the sky, the full moon is saying, let's go deep, 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 deep. The eclipse is extra deep, and you're in the soul, and you're playing around in there and saying, okay, this isn't vibing. It's not helping me create my reality. It's releasing fears. It's not letting the ego run the ship run the show anymore, captain the ship. And with this Piscean energy here with full faith, it's like you could really channel faith into your being and super level up. Like it's like frequency shifts, it's reality shifts for you. This is a part of the sky that involves your empowerment. I really think about it like your ability to move through perceived challenges and come out the other side just so much stronger. So much, I don't want to say better, just stronger, more aware, more open, more calm, stable, yet vulnerable and courageous at the same time. Um, this full moon in this part of the sky, Leo, is also talking or looking at joint accounts, joint resources, you setting aside your ego desire with another, typically a partner, soulmate, business partner, best friend, so that the two of you can level up together. So it's anything that's coming to you specifically like monetarily or like from a resource perspective, um, that's not from your own doing. So it's like the car note, the mortgage, the investments, your husband, wife, their money. It's tax money, it's alimony money, it's everything to do with like money and resources that isn't from your own gifts and talents, right? And so with this energy here, it's like maybe your partner has been saying like we can do this, like I have faith in us to build this life that we really want, and you've been kind of wishy-washy about it. You've been like, I don't know, there's self-doubt or there's lingering moments of doubt. This is a chance for you to like go in, like level it up together, power couple it up type vibes, and do it in a sense of like total trust, total faith that the two of you have each other's backs, and not just the two of you, but like God, source, universe, creator has your back as well. It's really beautiful, and yeah, it's good energy, Leo. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, moving on. Cancer. Cancer, this full moon is happening. Cancer. This full moon is happening in the part of the sky for you. I'm Cancer rising, so I'm like, that has to do with your life philosophies, your open mindedness, your wisdom. I would say knowledge from like a very high educational level, PhDs, master's degrees, doctorates. It's like really going deep on a topic, or wisdom through spiritual journey, through spiritual practice, and your ability to share that information far and wide. It's your dharma, it's your soul mission, it's your why you're here on this planet at this time. And if there has been any lingering thoughts or a life philosophy or subconscious belief, which may take some time for you to uncover, Cancer, but if you know of one, if you're like, okay, like I know this belief has kind of been the hang up to my dharma, this belief has been the hang up to my ability to transcend into that next vibration, my ability to expand, because this is a part of the sky about all about abundance and expansion. This is the time to like really like close, like let it go. It wouldn't surprise me, Cancer, if some of you went much deeper into your spiritual journey, or decided to fully surrender to your dharma, meaning you know what your soul mission is, and you're like, I'm gonna do it as best I can. I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to compare. I'm not going to critique myself or judge. I'm going to be all of me, and I'm going to do it in a way that I trust that the unfoldment will happen as it may. I trust that as I stand on my soul path, full of faith, Pisces energy, accepting of my soul mission, Pisces energy, connected to the divine, Pisces energy, using my creativity and imagination, Pisces energy, that my abundance and expansion must be so. It must come to me, like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's that type of vibe. From a very tangible perspective, you might be done studying something, done learning something. Perhaps it's a time that you just say, like, you know what, I'm done trying to like fix my life philosophies, fix my limiting beliefs. I'm just gonna say, like, I know that I can do what I want to do, and I have faith I can do it type of vibes. It could be too from also a tangible perspective. This is a house of like sharing information far and wide. So maybe you hit a goal, maybe you're on social media like I am, you have a goal and it's here, like you've made it, you've hit the number you want to hit. It could be that you're working on publishing a book, writing a blog, Substack, whatever, and you're finally launching it, even it's published, something like that as well. All right, Gemini, full moon energy. Gemini, for you, this energy is hanging out in the part of the sky for you that involves your career, the business you own, your public image out in the world. And if none of those apply, then like your personal legacy, kind of the impact you're leaving, your ability to succeed in life, achieve success. And here it's like, it wouldn't surprise me, Gemini. Oh, my throat. I keep getting, like, my hair keeps hitting my throat. It wouldn't surprise me, Gemini, if you want to close a chapter in some part of your career, you want to switch to a different department, you want to be promoted to a different job, maybe you want to retire even. It wouldn't surprise me if you are seeking something that is more fulfilling from a spiritual and soul essence. This Piscean energy is very spiritual, it's divine, it's connected. And, you know, most people, I can say this with confidence because I've worked with enough people spiritually at this point in my career over the past, 5 or 6 years, that most people, when they spiritually awaken after they've practiced for a while, they realize that they've been very unfulfilled, and a lot of that unfulfillment stems back to their career, because we didn't come to this lifetime to work for somebody else doing a job we hate just to collect money. Like, let's be real, right? We came to create our best reality. And so Gemini, for some of you, you might be thinking about that. Like, if I work in this career, is there a way that I can feel more fulfilled? And if so, then does that mean transitioning to a different department, different role, whatever? If you are a business owner, you might be thinking about becoming a business owner, and it's like more spiritually based, or not even like spiritually based, but it lights up your soul. Like, maybe you are deciding that you want to start like a car washing business. You would say, well, that's not very spiritual, but like you love being outside and you love the idea of power washing something all day, and you like the idea of like the nuanced little details of getting all the grime out from the cup holder. I don't know, right? And so it's like you're deciding things like that are more like aligned with your soul and what you're feeling called and compelled to do in your heart. If you are somebody who's like on social media, public image, something like that, it's a good time. And this is going to sound like really out there perhaps, but I've been practicing it for myself, so I feel like I can say it confidently. It's a good time to like do the damn thing and then just like let it go. Like, post a TikTok and then shut the app. Move your concentrated efforts and your creativity over to the next thing. Or say, for example, this is kind of my situation right now. I started working on building my TikTok. I've built it up to 50,000+ followers, which is so amazing. And it's constantly growing. I'm still taking the same action every day, but I'm not like checking my numbers because I just know it's constantly growing, right? So I switched my focus to YouTube because I also want to build out my YouTube community. I want to reach people on YouTube that are not necessarily on TikTok. And I want to make long form content for people that want to hang out with me longer versus TikTok. And so I started focusing on YouTube. After a while, I was like, okay, things weren't going exactly as I was hoping, but recently they started to go quickly because I decided that I trust that my YouTube will grow as it may, as it's supposed to. So I switched my efforts and focus now to Substack. Now, Substack for me is just a distraction. It's a place for me to put sassy Lindsay ideas, more forward ideas, because on TikTok, I'm kind of more hand-holdy. I think people are a little bit more sensitive over there. On Substack, it's like you can read it and think like, oh, wow, she's sassy, or you can just like keep on scrolling, right? So it's like a new little outlet for me, but an intentional distraction. And so with this, like, if you're doing like social media stuff, public image stuff, it's like permission granted a little bit to like just like hit send and like let it go and just like totally ignore it in a sense, like totally just like give it to God, source, universe, creator. Have the faith that it's just going to do what it's meant to do. And that's a fun game, and that's actually a really powerful manifesting technique as well, which I won't get into here, Gemini, but just as an FYI. Okay, Taurus, you're up next. This full moon is hanging out in the part of the sky for you. Oh, Taurus, hell yeah. Taurus, use this full moon to like mask off. Like, no more showing up in whatever way. Just like be yourself and like see if you can just be yourself. That's kind of a tricky thing to be, right? Just be yourself. Just be. Let it be, let it be. It's in the part of the sky that involves your authenticity. And it's like, I was just listening to an Alan Watts video this morning, and he was like, the second that you try to chase authenticity or be authentic, you're like losing it, because now your ego is involved in trying to be authentic, when before you were just being, and by being you are authentic, right? And so it's kind of like, how do you have to intellectualize that a little bit and just practice. Of course, spirituality is always, energetic work is not about studying, it's about doing, it's about practicing. But for you, it's like, do your best. Oh, bug just hit my window. A big bug. Do your best to just be all of who you are, Taurus, without any reservations, without any hesitations, without being like, I'm sorry, this is me, without like being unbothered by people. That's your opportunity here. It's aligning yourself with the right friends, groups, networks, organizations, online communities, offline communities, people you're spending time with, aligning yourself to the people that believe in you, to the people that aren't dragging you down 24/7, to the people that have a faith component about themselves, to the people that accept themselves, to the people that love themselves. Because Taurus, if you're hanging out with those people, guess what? It's going to happen for you. If you're hanging out with people that are low vibe, lack mentality, arguing all the time, screaming, yelling, being gossipy, like anything low vibe, it's like gonna drag you down. And so with this energy, it's like saying, trust yourself, Taurus. Trust yourself to choose the people. Trust yourself to put the boundaries and implement them if you have to. Trust yourself to release from people that aren't serving you. But the highest vibration, just trust you. Trust that you are right now, Taurus, enough, and that you right now, Taurus, are exactly where you're meant to be, doing exactly what you're meant to do, which is live, create, and have fun in life. And finally, Aries, you are up. Last but not least, you've got this full moon hanging out in the part of the sky that is very Piscean, right? It's the 12th house. It is karmic wheel, it's karmic contracts completed. It is dreams and wishes fulfilled. It is crazy tapped into your imagination and super creative. It is total faith, total trust. It is kind of marching forward in divine timing, divine action, happy-go-lucky, knowing your dreams and your wishes are coming true. It is acceptance of the past in a way that is just like, I'm honoring that and I'm not going to let it continue to drag me down. There's a lot of opportunities here for you, Aries. One is to connect with your higher self, God, source, universe, creator, the divine, in a more magical and intentional way through spiritual practice, meditation. It is an opportunity to release yourself from past life trauma, karmic issues that are still revolving. It's like time to end the contracts, whether it's a person or if it's a bad habit that continues to cycle and circle. Something like that. It's like an opportunity to say, like, I'm really done with that. And with it, it's like the next part of the equation, which is this new moon energy in Virgo at the later half of the month, which says now you get to perfect some area of your life. You get to have fun, like bringing something into this world that's like really, truly like you and feels really good in life. But in order to do that, Aries, perhaps there is something that really does need to be honored and fully, like, the chapter's got to close. And if you're listening and that resonates, you likely know what that means for you. It's a big energy because for you it's in this sign of Pisces. It's like the opportunity to like transcend into a new version of you, because you think about the full moon is closure, the eclipse amplifies it in Pisces, the 12th house of completion, all that is. And then Aries starts the next cycle, right? And so Pisces culminates, Aries begins, takes the lead, launches the next manifestation. So allow it to be that whatever is, it also could be Aries now that I'm thinking about this, it could be that maybe you were manifesting something that's just no longer in your heart. Like it's no longer a dream for you. You know that happens, right? Sometimes you think you have a dream and then it's starting to come to life and you're like, whoa, this is not what I expected. Right? It's like when I left my rural hodunk country town and moved to California, Los Angeles, to become a fashion buyer. And I thought, like, oh, my dream had come true until I realized what it meant to be a buyer in fashion. And I was like, oh shit, this is not my dream come true. Can you hear my cuckoo clock? Maybe. So I had to just let that be so you could hear it. Maybe I hope you could hear my cuckoo clock. It's in the other room. So maybe it's you kind of switching course and saying, you know what, like I thought this was my dream. I tried it. It's not exactly my dream, and that's okay. And so I'm deciding to close this chapter of this dream and embark upon something new.